remember how we said that in meiosis, the parents give half of the number of their chromosomes to make the offspring. Here, your daddy gives 23, your mommy gives 23 to make you 46. That is like a reduction in the number of chromosomes of the parents, because your daddy is 2n, which is 2 times 23, which is what we call diploid. Your mommy is also 2n, which is 2 times 23. N is the total number of chromosomes that are found in the human body. So we have 23 chromosomes found in the human body, but these 23 chromosomes, they always come in pair, because one half is given by your daddy, the other half is given by your mommy. So 23 plus 23 will give you 46. So every human being has 2n number of chromosomes, which means 2 times 23, which is 46. And because you are going to be 2n, your daddy will give half, your mommy will give half, so that you will remain 2n. That is meiosis. Today we are going to be talking about another type of cell division called mitosis, which is actually the opposite of meiosis. So what happens at mitosis? This is what happens. Because in mitosis, we don't have the father and the mother. This kind of cell division does not happen in gametes, like the egg and the sperm. This happens in somatic cells, like cells that are not sex cells. So like the tissue cells, the muscles, every other part of your body that is not the sex cells. That is where mitosis happens. So look at here, you see this. This is the parent cell and it is diploid, right? 2n. So what happens in mitosis is that this single cell is going to divide itself into two to form two new identical daughter cells. Remember here, they are going to be identical. But in meiosis, the results of meiosis are non-identical 4 daughter cells, which cannot be explained in a very short video like this, but in subsequent videos we are going to be explaining the entire process. Here, what happens is this cell divides itself into two to form two identical cells. So that is what happens in mitosis, in such a way that this cell will be 2n, this cell will also be 2n. So from one diploid cell to two identical diploid cells, 2n, 2n. How does this happen? You see, there's a whole lot of process that happens here that cannot be explained in a short video like this, but in subsequent videos we'll be explaining it. But let me just give you a glimpse. This is what happens. Before this cell divides, there is what we call replication. This cell have to replicate to make 2 copies of its DNA. So remember, 2n means it has 46 chromosomes, that is in humans. So these two will also have 46 and 46 chromosomes. But how does that happen? Replication. So before ever this cell divides, it will have to replicate itself into 2 to make copies of its chromosome, such that these 2 cells will also have the same equal number of chromosomes. At mitosis, there is no variation because there is no crossing over, unlike in meiosis where there is crossing over that leads to variation. And that is why the result of meiosis are 4 non-identical cells that are different from each other. But in mitosis, it is just one single cell dividing itself into 2 to form 2 new identical daughter cells. Remember, before that happens, it will have to make copy of itself. That is why you're having 2 identical cells that are also diploid, because there was a replication here. It has to make a copy of itself first before ever it divides into 2. And that entire process will be explained in subsequent videos. But for now, this is where we end for today. Thank you. Keep following Biology and Society series. Let's continue to take a selfie together.